Hey everyone, welcome back. This is my another anime episode 1 review. It's of Mada no O to Vanardis. Episode 1. I don't know what the English title is. I'll definitely mention it in the future if I find it. And of course change the playlist title to it, but for the time being, I have no idea what the English title is. Okay. Anyways, though. This first episode I thought was actually pretty good. I did. I guess it felt kind of fast-paced a little bit. Not so fast-paced where I didn't really understand what was going on. This episode seemed to have a lot of wartime aspects, obviously because they're in the middle of a war. This is definitely medieval times, or at least somewhere around there, I'm pretty sure. And also it seemed to have some harem foreshadowing in it as well, some harem elements in it as well. It definitely has fan service. It's nothing too extreme though. Okay, so I can definitely handle the fan service in this series, even if it does take itself really seriously, because at least so far it doesn't seem to be anything too extreme. Okay, so yeah, I felt that was worth mentioning as well. Now, overall, I very much enjoyed this episode. Though we basically have our main character. I don't remember what his name is yet. Like always, it'll take me a while to remember these characters' names. But we have our main character here who basically, I don't remember the names of the two sides either, but he was basically like apparently a pretty high up soldier, or maybe even like the heir to one of the sides. And then he was captured during a battle, even though the war was clearly even though victory was clearly in their favor by the other side. And instead of being killed, he was taken hostage, and they put up a ransom for him. Okay. And apparently the woman who captured him fell in love with him at first sight when she saw him firing his arrows on the battlefield, and that's why she decided to capture him and make him hers, essentially. And that's the basic gist of what happened in this episode, okay? I enjoyed it. I did. I can see a lot of people that won't enjoy this, definitely, because, you know, there are people that are turned off by any type of fan service whatsoever. There are people who are turned off by even harem foreshadowing, let alone harem vibes and whatnot, or actual harems, and whatnot. So that's perfectly fine, I guess, but I enjoyed this episode for what it was. Okay, and I'm definitely interested in continuing it and seeing exactly where it goes from here. I want to learn more about these characters, and I want to learn more about this world, okay? Like I said before, it did seem kind of fast-paced, but it's not anything too, like, horrible. In fact, I think it might have actually benefited this episode that it was fast-paced, because there were some talking parts in here, and even though I'm not the type of person that thinks that all talking anime is boring, or else why the fuck would I watch anime to begin with, because a lot of it's talking. The talking parts in here, I thought, for the most part, were really boring, and I felt this episode would have been bogged down a lot if they were extended, okay? Regardless of what the source material did with them. I really feel that it would have been bogged down a lot if those boring ass talking parts were extended any more than they were. They're just long enough to get us a feel for the characters and a little bit for the setting, although not too much for the setting, just yet, unfortunately. And then they moved right on to the next thing, which I was really happy about. Seriously, there were a lot of really boring talking parts in this episode, which is something I do have to complain about. That is a complaint of mine. Okay. So anyways, overall, hope you enjoyed this review, guys. These after guys, thanks for watching. Bye-bye.